Looks like we are live right now. I wanted to say hello and welcome to all the early arrivals in the chat. Everybody's starting to talk it up. John Dillard, our boy Septinov, 7 of 9, Sean, R2D2 for life. I also wanted to say hello and welcome to my co-host, Mr. Mutt-Man. And we have a special guest with us tonight, the one and only El Guapo, Mr. Caesar. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic. And so we got a lot going on tonight, so I'm just going to keep it moving. But one of the first things that we want to say is congratulations, sir. You just, give him some claps. Give him some claps. He just broke through his $4,000 funding goal for Chango the Broken Veil Act 1, and that is super exciting. We're really pumped for you, man. So congratulations. And if you guys are interested in Chango, I'm going to drop some information in the chat. It has a couple of minutes left, literally some minutes left in the campaign. So you want to do it? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, let's let Caesar give us a 30-second pitch on this thing.
Let's do it.
All right, yeah. So, hey, once again, thanks a lot for the props and everything. Chango is a story about a young boy named Ruben who's been seeing demons since the age of 6. He becomes a teenager. He wants to get rid of this thing once and for all. But on his way to be rid of this demonic sight, he finds that this thing might not really be the curse that he thinks it is. So the story kind of revolves around him finding out. Things start coalescing, and then things just start getting pretty nuts pretty quickly. But at the core of it, it's a story about the relationship between a mother and a son, and misunderstandings and things like that. And then as discovery starts to happen, and understanding starts to take place. So the themes are a little bit more adult theme, as far, not so much because there's nudity and cussing, but just it's a little bit. Not so much smash 'em up stuff, although there is some of that in there as well. I would say that it's a mix between The Sixth Sense and Pan's Labyrinth. So kind of like a mystery, horror, fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah, fantastic. We love it. We love the artwork. I was stoked about it the first time that you told us about it and we went through it. So I'm really proud of the fact that you got it funded. It's a great book that deserves to be made, and I can't wait to see the final thing of this.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was just talking to some folks in the chat. Some more folks have joined. We got Jiminy Cricket tonight. Hey, Jiminy, thanks for joining. Indycom TV. That is, I believe that's Todd Mulrooney. Thanks, Todd, for joining. And Trusty Sidekick, my man, my Virginia brother, is in the chat. So thanks, everybody, for jumping in. Dillard is causing problems as per usual. Nothing shocking there. Sean is wrenching like the best of them. So thanks, guys, for coming on. So let's go ahead, because this is going to be it's going to take a while to go through all 12 of the people who have submitted art. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to go through all 12 of the art pieces that we have whittled down from like the 30 or 40 that we got. And our goal tonight is to pick a winner from that fan art challenge. So we're going through these 12. And
not then that one was at the, hey guys, I got to take a quick phone call here from my partner. So
that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. We'll keep it locked down. So
I just wanted to show this one because Caesar's cool, and he did this awesome version for us. This is after the contest was over, but he invited us to come on his channel, and he did this awesome, really top-notch professional style. HIRO, and it took him it was like an hour and a half or something. It was awesome.
Yeah, he knocked it out real quick. So but yeah, so we're gonna go through all 12. Excuse me. And we're going to whittle it down to 4. Once that's done, the 4 finalists, we're going to put a poll out on Twitter. So please like it, share it, as much as you can. Get other people to vote. That's important. More vote. Whoever has the most votes, they are going to win. And they are going to win some cool stuff. Number one, they're going to get a signed copy of HIRO, and they're going to get some swag from us, from the campaign, and it's going to be sent to them on us. So that is going to be the winner. If you already backed, I'm sorry you backed this. You're going to get some extra stuff, and maybe we'll dig something up else cool for you.
I'm not sorry they backed this. I'm glad they backed this.
Oh no, yeah, I'm very happy you backed, but I'm sorry that it's going to be the same thing. But it's okay. It's a very cool thing.
We'll hook 'em up.
So we're going to hook you up for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, that's going to be how we're going to run it. So we have something that I'm going to reveal a little bit later. It's a surprise about the campaign, and it does involve these people who have put this fan art out. So without further ado, I think we should just jump into this. What do you think, Mutt? Do you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I just wanted to set it up by saying that, like, we really like a lot of these guys that send us, and girls that send us in their versions of HIRO. A lot of the choices that we made for the top 12, and we're going to show the top 12. But a lot of the reasons we made those decisions we did for those is because they really represent HIRO, the brand, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And we really want to make sure that, like, it's on point, and a lot of people did fantastic versions that were just a little bit skewed or not quite on brand or whatever. And some of them even made it to the top 12 just for pure art's sake. But when we get to the finalists, I just want everybody to know, like, we love you all. You all are awesome, but we had to make decisions, and so we made decisions. Yep,
absolutely. So. These are in no particular order. We're just starting with what was on the list of people first. So the first one that is on the list is Mr. Bruce Patenaude. He did us a really solid HIRO fan art piece. Mm-hmm. And this is actually, I think, right before we even announced the contest, but we included it because he did that for us. And we love it, so that's another reason. So that's it. Go ahead, Mutt. What are your thoughts on this one? I'm going to put some links in. John says, ooh, sexy.
Well, Bruce has a really cool style, first of all. But what I liked about this version of HIRO is that it has a real sci-fi element to it. And that's part of what I really like about our story, is that it does pull in a lot of cool sci-fi. And I just thought that this was early on, right? But he had a real grasp of the sci-fi element of it, and just cool, good illustration. He's a pro. He knows what he's doing, so it's good. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving the chat right now. So
they're killing it. They're killing it.
Dylan saying like a swimmer's build with speedos.
And Sean said shirts off, which is so funny.
Jiminy Cricket said #HIRO waxes. That's
Of course.
When he turns into a super soldier, he could be the hairiest dude ever, but when he turns into a super soldier, all that hair falls out, and he's a bodybuilder.
No hair follicles are going to live on a dead corpse.
That's true. That's true.
Slick.
So, I agree. So one thing Bruce is incredible at is his sci-fi stuff. He has a book coming out called The Wreck. It looks incredible. I backed it last time. Unfortunately, it didn't make it, but I hope it comes out so I can back it again. And I've also been putting a couple links in the chat. It was to Bruce's Twitter and to his Instagram. If you don't follow him on either one of those, you should click on those and follow him on those two places. He's fantastic. This is going to be the best stream ever. Oh, there he is. Bruce is in the chat.
Yo, what up, Bruce?
What up? Dillard is just going to keep the jokes going the whole time, screaming as loud as he can into his computer.
That's right.
It's a good drawing, Bruce. Too bad you're going to lose to a superior artist. Gosh.
Tough stuff.
Well, Caesar isn't here to weigh in on this one.
Yeah, we can move on. That's fine.
But this one's beautiful. Once again, thank you, Bruce. We love it. Had to get a Whataburger, so I missed the first 8 minutes. Killer. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one, Mr. Abe Canales. Is that how you say that? Close enough?
Yeah.
Abe?
I just got to find it.
Mr. Frio Guapo. Looks like...
oh, there it is.
There he is. Come on, Boomer. You got it.
Sorry.
There it is. blow it up. So Abe is no longer on Twitter, as far as I know. I know he had some alternate accounts, and I tried to ask. I asked everyone permission. I tried to get a hold of Abe to ask him permission, and I could not. So this is in there. I assume he does not care. If he does care, we will make sure that he is properly apologized to. So this is one other thing real quick. I wanted to name each one of these. I wanted to give each piece a name. Like we think of a name and just, that's what we call it. So what do you think the name should be for Bruce's?
Oh, for Bruce's should be Sci-Fi Bruce.
Sci-Fi Bruce. Well, I kind of liked what John Dillard said. Maybe it should be like it's like a swimmer's build with speedos. It should be something like that, like waxed HIRO. I don't know.
Yeah, waxed. Yeah,
waxed.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Waxed swimmer.
Cool.
We'll call it waxed swimmer.
Waxed swimmer. All right. So Bruce waxed swimmer is what it is.
Yeah.
We have El Rodimus Flash in the chat. The cream of the crop. Ooh yeah.
And also Dillard is correcting us on our pronunciation of Ibaez. What'd you say it was? Ebi.
Canales.
Canales.
Whatever.
Hey man, we're Southern boys. We don't know how to say this stuff.
We don't know how to say this kind of
Appreciate
that. I'm gonna have to look at that. Ebi did this drawing. It's fantastic. Mr. Ironsights himself, Abductables.
Yeah,
He's also doing a book with Cold Piece.
That's true.
And it's going to be called Johnny's Law, which is pretty exciting.
Johnny's Law, that's correct.
And he's also doing Dusty Tortillas. He's redrawing Dusty Tortillas for Brendan and his brother. So lots of stuff happening. For Mr. Ebi Canales.
And Sean, I'm a little bit more professional than Macho, which is why I have co-creator of HIRO in my name tag. He doesn't know how to do that kind of thing yet. I'm a little bit more advanced than he is when it comes to live streaming. That's okay. He'll catch up.
That's right. So I put Ebi's Instagram handle in there, so you guys follow him there.
Yeah, go
what do you think about this, Mutt? Give me your thoughts.
I really like it. I've seen him do some pretty intense drawing, so I could tell that this one was, a little easier for him, bust only, and that's cool. But I love the muscular look. It's definitely very chiseled and awesome, and he really got the headgear right. And that's kind of one of the hard parts about HIRO to get right, and he got it close and right.
Yeah.
So I really dug this, and I think it deserves to be in the top 12.
Gotcha. Yeah. So for me, it's all about the big cable-sized gun.
Yeah.
And it's no secret that Cable is like my favorite HIRO. X-Men character, X-Force, whatever, and he always has giant, out of proportion guns, and I liked that he did that in this. Plus, the art is great. It's it's his kind of it's his style. You can tell that right away, and I like that he put over the top of the head, HIRO dead and loving it.
That is
really funny. And once again, he nailed the headpiece, all the parts. He did a great rendering of HIRO. So it was an honor to have somebody do it like that. So it's cool.
Let's see if we can get through this whole thing without Caesar coming in at all.
Okay, yeah. And then we can ask him his opinions at the very end.
So what did you think?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go ahead. What's the next one?
Oh man, Bruce said, "Is that a Liefeld character?" Oh, Bruce, Bruce.
Bruce knows.
I did say we're going to give this one a name, and let's see.
Bruce is on Team Mutt when it comes to this.
I know he is.
Because he's a smart man.
Septinov said, where is it? Oh, he said, call it Iron HIRO for Mr. Canales. I'm not going to say his first name because I keep ruining it. Iron Hero, we got it. All right, sweet.
Got it.
Next on the list, we're going to look at Mr. Cb Smallwood. All right.
All right, let me get in on this. You got to get in on this thing.
All right, so CB has a Sean, the hashtags, has a really great Indiegogo going on right now. He launched it. It was kind of under the radar. Launched
a little
it.
bit.
And I wish he had gotten a little bit more like out there in the open before he did it. But it's called Wildcat. It looks really cool. And all you need to do, I put the link in the chat. All you need to do is read like the what it's about section, and it should make everybody that likes comic books really excited. It sounds fantastic. So check that one out. I'm also going to put his Twitter link, and he has another link. It might be a YouTube channel. I'll put all those in the chat. But this one is this one was a big deal when I saw it. This is just pencil right now, but I love it because it has like that Dale Keown look to it. It has like that, like almost that pit quality, like all the veins like the muscles standing out in his neck and his ribs and everything. It looks so cool. So I really, really enjoyed this one. I like the touch, like he has the little chain hanging down through the corner of the image and stuff like that. So almost even I had like a Death Blow vibe to it a little bit, like Jim Lee Death Blow, with like the face and the blood coming off of it. No, you didn't think that?
Yes,
like,
a little bit, but
yeah,
not really. More like I felt it's more like Deathlock.
Yeah, okay.
More of a Deathlock look to it. But yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All right, no, that's it. I'm gonna keep dropping some stuff in the chat. What do you got to say?
I just really liked details like this, like the cracks right there.
Diller says I like that tubing coming off the helmet. It looks like real Home Depot dryer tubing.
Hey, and that's what we like. That's the kind of style of it,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, but I like some of the detailed touches, and I just really like the way he just really grasped this monstrous. He made HIRO look bad to the bone. I felt like.
There he is. Sean's been putting out some hashtags for you, Caesar. Hashtag who killed El Guapo. Hashtag El Guapo's chair. Hashtag free El Guapo.
Let El Guapo speak.
Let El Guapo speak.
Oh man.
So we've got through a couple without you, but I'm glad you're back now because we want to hear. Actually, I'll let Mutt finish, and then we want to hear your opinions on this one.
All right. Yeah. Basically, I was just saying that I like a lot of the detail work. I like some of the cracks. I like the disgusting kind of mangled face, and I really liked just some of the details, like the blood shot and the bullet shot and the blood, and then some of the veins and all that kind of stuff. I just thought this really was a nice piece.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. To me, when I look at this piece, I get a really strong Simon Bisley vibe on this. I don't know if you already mentioned that.
Yeah.
And this piece right here, although it looks nice penciled, I think that the full potential of this piece is inking it.
Yes.
If this piece was inked and submitted, I'll be honest, man, it'd be a tough one to deny. I really like a lot of what he's got going here. And although if you look at it, you may say, well, some of the anatomy isn't 100%, but based on the style that I think this person was trying to go for, it doesn't need to be. Like I said,
right.
Simon Bisley. If you look at Simon Bisley, his stuff doesn't look anatomically perfect all the time either, but it looks cool. And this piece right here does that. It looks
That's cool. That's great.
Yep.
All right, who you got next?
All right, next. We have, sorry.
Well, just to catch you up, Caesar, we went through Bruce Patenaude's right here, and my opinion on that was it had a cool sci-fi look to it. Dillard thinks he has a swimmer body. So,
hey, this thing attaches itself to any soldier, right?
that's correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Soldiers come in all shapes and sizes.
That's right. That's right.
And then this Ebi, is that right?
Ebi Canales.
Yeah. Which we just liked. He had a lot of the tech up top, right? And Macho likes the big Liefeld size gun.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Caesar.
All right, who's next, man?
All right. So next we are looking for Charles Dunphy.
Okay.
Cb Dunphy on Twitter, and I'm going to put his link in here. So I'll start with this one. We have a buddy, his name is KP Clement, he's working on a project too, that we had talked to on our show at one point. And so his buddy did this image, and I feel like a lot of people, it might even be done with like ballpoint pen, I don't know, and I feel like it might get a lot of hate because it looks a little bit less like finished than some of the others, but there's something about it that I really liked, and Jiminy Cricket just hit it with he said #SpiderHero, and that's a great name for this one. And it is it has that pose from, what is it, Spider-Man 500, 300?
No, it's the number one, Spider-Man number one.
Oh, sorry. Spider-Man number one, McFarlane.
Yeah,
that's my bad. Yeah, but yeah, so it has that pose, which is fantastic, and I don't know, it has a kind of a disgusting charm about it, maybe.
That's interesting.
I had never thought. I mean, HIRO is definitely not a Spider-Man type of character. So when this was sent in, it just I was kind of like, whoa, that's really different, And I just liked really just how it really kind of stood out from the pack.
Yeah.
I just liked that he kind of did this homage to McFarlane, and it's cool. It definitely brought me back to my 13-year-old self, and I was just like, way cool.
No, I dig it. The thing about this image, it has been done a lot. This pose, obviously, because Spider-Man number one was awesome, so why not copy it? Some nice things that I see here, as far as staying with the pose style, it's pretty much spot on. What I would give for advice on this per se would be there's a lot of scratchiness and stuff, and I get that. But I would try to follow like the forms a little bit more. Like McFarlane did a lot of scratchy stuff like that, but he would try to follow the form as he was doing scratchy kind of techniques. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about here. Also, if you look up in that piece that's coming out the back, I would have probably added a little bit more depth with the lines in between, maybe add a little bit more shading so that it looks like it's part of the like it looks like it's actual part of the mech that's there. And then the shoulder straps, maybe wrap it around a little bit more. But overall, the thing was put together pretty decently.
Yeah, I think he is probably slightly more of an amateur artist entering this than some of the other art that we have gotten. But it's a cool piece of art. So we wanted to put it in.
Absolutely. And listen, when I'm making comments, I'm looking at it from a point of, because I'm giving a crap about what I see, and if I see potential there, I'm gonna throw a couple comments. So please don't,
Oh no.
Yeah, don't get confused by what I'm saying.
No, absolutely not. And John is already calling it that he's winning this competition, and he says he needs it. He hasn't won anything in 2 months.
John needs to win.
He said his self-esteem is on the line.
Yeah. I think Guapo, when we get to John's piece, if it made the top 12, I'm not sure if it did really, but if it did, when we get there, maybe you can give him a little extra on the criticism.
Yeah. All right.
Just really lean into it when you see John's.
Really.
What do you got to say, Mutt?
No, I've already said my piece. I just think it's
Okay,
cool
cool.
because it looks like McFarlane.
Cool, right on. Well, we're gonna move on to the next one, and it is Mr. L. Rodimus Flash.
All right. He gave us several versions. This version was the he really went all in and did some super cool. I mean, I think we got 3.
We at least got 3 from him.
But since we could only put in 1 from each person, we chose this one because I think this is one of the more unique ones and definitely shows a cool sci-fi element and definitely gives you an idea that he sort of a more of an idea of where HIRO can go. I think he kind of got it in the sense that this is some weird tech that can attach to a human being. It's organism meets tech, and he really got that. And I just thought this was a super cool looking piece.
Yeah, this was one that was on the Drawn and Quarters fan edition. They had that night for us and supported HIRO, and so he did a number. I think it was 3 drawings, and we were telling people to be creative and like have fun with it and do weird stuff. Like everything is on the table, and we wanted people to put their own unique spin on it. And this is one he did. And the first time we both saw it, we were pretty excited about it because, like Mutt said, it's unique. It's a departure from almost everything, but there's enough of the original kind of character in there that it looks like you could tell if we're moving into the future of what HIRO could be. So I really dug it. And I always said this, I've told him this before, that he has kind of this piece maybe not so much, but he almost has a Dan Fraga kind of style with those little details that he did like in the arm there. And I love like the time lapses of Dan Fraga drawing, and I could just see Elrod doing this thing. So
yeah, definitely. Well, what I know about Rodimus Flash is that this guy, he's a talented artist, and he does a lot of the drawn and quartered fan edition and also pro edition draw alongs, and he bangs out like a lot of pieces on his whiteboard. And he does a great job with those. I'm excited to see this because I think this is where he stepped back a little bit and actually took some time. And so there's some nice things that I see. Now, when I see this, it kind of gives me a really strong Moebius vibe in the way that the line work is laid out, especially that helmet work up top with the different lines coming through and the way they're going into the skin. Really good stuff there. I really would love to see Rodimus maybe do a piece where he's spending more than 6 to 7 minutes on it, because the guy can really. He's got a good skill set, and I can see that he definitely put some time into this. And if he were to even spend some more time on something like this, I think the concept would have been like super, super cool.
Yeah,
even more 100%. Super cool than it is now. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm putting his Twitter handle in the chat. If you don't follow him now, you should follow him.
Yeah, give him a follow.
Yeah. This one is excellent. It's I was really excited to see. It's the only female version of HIRO we got. No, we did get one other one.
Yeah, we did. We got a couple actually, but this was the one that got lined up.
Yeah, this one got into the top 12 for that for sure, and it's just a really cool concept. So we like that.
And one of the things from you were saying that this came from that Drawn and Quartered, and one of the things that that I think it was Chester threw out was that he said draw it. He said draw it the way that you think it should be, because HIRO is kind of an open concept, and so we got lots of really interesting versions back, but this was just super cool far out, so that's why we picked it.
And we'll see a couple others that were from that as well that we're really excited about. So excellent, I like it. Any other thoughts before we move on? All right.
Solid.
So next we want to look at Bjorn Kuma. And this one is one that came out. Yeah, look at this.
That's a pretty killer piece, man. I gotta be honest.
It's so he had sent me like his as he was working on it, just like updates throughout like a couple week period as he was working on this thing. And the first image he sent had this like almost spiral look in the background. It was just kind of like waist up of HIRO, and he had the gun out and everything. And I was like, holy crap, that's insane. And then he sent me another one, and it was like he had rendered it a little bit more, and he sent me another one, and it just kept getting better and better. And then he was like, okay, I think I'm done. And he had done all the background. It just blew my mind. It's incredible. He sent me the high res art. It was pretty awesome. So he's been a big fan from the initial campaign we had, and we didn't make our first funding goal. But when we came back, he's been a huge supporter, and we can't thank him enough for doing this piece. This is a really, really awesome piece of art. And I have it actually. I love it so much. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can. I have it as the background. Oh, where am I at? Wrong way. On my phone. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That doesn't show any favoritism.
Hey, no, it's a killer piece, man. I love it.
Go ahead, Caesar, and give your opinion on this or what you think.
Listen, so I mean, I'm looking at this piece, and there's not too much that I could really say to the guy. I mean, I really love the rendering that he did on this. If I were going to say anything at all, and this is just being super nitpicky because I'm being a jerk or something, but maybe like in the ab area, maybe not define the ab with the line, since you're going to be rendering with the gray tones. That would be the only thing that I would say on that. But then again, this is a dead body, and dead bodies have weird stuff on them. So, that's what I'm saying. This is just like a personal thing.
Sure.
But then again, I can't really interpret it because it's a dead body,
Yeah. Well, Sean has a fantastic hashtag that he keeps putting it out every time you talk, and it's hashtag giving it crap by El Guapo.
Hey, we got.
I gotta get John on the screen. We can liven it up, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. And we have Mr. Bjorn Kuma has joined the chat. Thank you, sir, for joining.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I put his link in to his Twitter account in the chat, and also he is working on a project that will be out hopefully in a few months. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bjorn, if I say something wrong, but I think it's called Flint and Steel, and he's doing the art for it. I don't know a whole heck of a lot about the project, but if it is anywhere on par with this, it's taking my money, so that's not a problem at all. So yeah, excellent piece. Pumped about that, and let's move on.
Hold on, man. I didn't get to say.
You didn't get to say anything? Well, you don't really matter that much anyway. So.
No. I gotta say something about this, dude, because let me tell you.
Bring it.
I'm just gonna say, when we say hulked out super soldier, this is what hulked out looks like. This guy really brought the intensity to the piece. He took the character and extended the vision by 25%. So I dug that, right? Not only in size and scope of the image, but also with the tech. The tech is newer looking. It looks like the future tech, And I just thought that he really he got it and he pushed it, and so that's why this is a major contender.
Yeah. And you just hit on something too. Like you're gonna see in this book, but more so in future, you're gonna see how HIRO as the robot or as the character evolves. And so this is great. Great at taking that tech, like you said, taking that tech and moving it forward. And Sean just keeps the great hashtags coming.
Keep it going, baby.
Perfect. So let's move to our next contender, and this is another Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition entry, which was incredible, and that's Inkspot's version, which is a incredible departure from anything else that we have, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, very conceptually weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was Inkspots is just a cool guy, and he does some really great art, and it all has cartoon animation quality to it. But he renders in a way that has a real classic feel to it, and I just love it. This is really it looks real medium heavy, even though I'm pretty sure that this was fully digital.
Oh, I think it's fully digital. Yeah.
Yeah, but it has this really great rendered feel to it, like something you'd find in a kid's storybook. The way the lines are.
Yeah. Yep.
But I just really like the way that he again pushed the concept, made it a little bit more strange and unique. I like the fact that there's some weird guts hanging down here.
Yeah.
I like the skull and the ribs and some weird hand coming in out of nowhere. And HIRO really is a monster. You really just took the monstrous form and even changed the tech up a little bit, just to make it look like strange and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Caesar. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. This definitely has that classic underground sci-fi feel. This right here, you could take this piece out and, go back in time about 40, 50 years, and it would look just as cool there as it does here. Yeah. I like the alien vibe that you got going. So, what if the HIRO tech got to outer space and attached itself to a dead alien? This is what you would get, and it would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about what you guys have here. HIRO is not so much about the soldiers, which it is, but it's the tech. And so this is definitely something that could potentially be out there. So this right here, the cool factor on this is pretty high.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really like it. I like that when we said do your own version, he took it and he really, really ran with it. Like he didn't just do slightly different. He went all the way different. And his version of the tech, like the pack part, is crazy. It looks like some weird claw that just, it's like in there. It's attached to the body, and then his face his jaw's all long and weird, and it just looks really cool. It's just it is gnarly looking. That's the best word for that.
Almost like a woodcut. Now when you bring it up closer like that, it almost looks like a woodcut.
That's what Jiminy said that too. He said, "Yeah, that woodcut look."
Yep.
It's definitely super cool. It's really cool. So yeah, we're pumped to get this from him. And Inkspot's fantastic guy. So I put his link to his Twitter account. Once again, follow him. He puts out some really cool artwork, and he does all kind. We actually got another piece from him, and it wasn't quite like that. Is it chibi when it's like the little big headed? It's not quite chibi. It's like chibi light version, and it's HIRO sitting on a skull. And it's really cool. It was really neat. So yeah, that's Inkspot stuff. Anything else to say on that before we keep on moving?
Excellent piece.
Yeah, nice.
Excellent piece. Very cool. So next, I want to look at Mr. Jason Robinson. Let's see his stuff.
I'll jump in on this.
That.
If you don't mind me going first,
I'll
jump in.
Get it first.
I saw this in process. The first time I saw it, he had been working on it, and it was unfinished, and it was cool looking, but it was unfinished. And I just sort of on a whim, I talked to him, and I was just said, hey, would you mind finishing that up? Because you had such a great start on it. He was very kind, and he hit me back, and he's like, I've been meaning to finish that up. Sure, I'll finish it and send it back to you. And when he sent it back, I was just literally like, oh my God, just like, this is so good. So I love it. I love the line work. I think he's really got some good technique. I love the bullet holes, and I love the way that these veins are coming out from where the HIRO unit is attached to him.
I like his gnarly teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. All of it is just really fun. There's some elements of it that I might change as far as like the way that the helmet goes on. That's one criticism just from character standpoint that I would give. But for somebody who is just seeing it for the first time and just drawing it along with the drawn and quartered folks, I thought he did an excellent job.
Yeah. You go ahead, Caesar.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at this. First of all, that knife is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I would totally own that knife if it was around. And just what I like about this is just the inking on it is really, really well done. Especially the lighting effect that it did in that helmet. Really cool. So now if you look at that piece of metal that's connecting back into the rest of the unit, that's what I was referring to with that Spider-Man piece earlier, about making it, stand out so that it's a part of the mech there. So great stuff. Nice how he followed the contour of the curve with the lines and stuff like that. So there's a high level of artistic understanding here. The capillaries, the veinage on the arms, that hand that's open, kind of like clenched out like that. The little detail with the nails kind of like chipped away. Those are nice touches, that really show that there was a lot of thought that went into this piece. Good composition. The layout of that, the way that the figure is breaking through that box in the background is there's just a lot of really good stuff here. So this is a really strong piece.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the way it's laid out and the perspective and everything. I could just see this as a trading card, and it has like the little outline, and I can see it, say HIRO underneath it, or and you can flip it over and it have his powers and abilities on the back. And I mean that in the best way possible, because I love a sweet trading card. But I agree. I think like I said, the perspective is something that's different, and he really nailed like that looking down kind of perspective. I love that, and the dude can draw. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
very cool. I love it. Let's take a second, and if it's cool with you guys, we'll catch up on the chat for just a minute. Michael Beacon is in here. What's up, Michael? Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Michael?
Everybody, Michael has a sweet book coming out, 7 Legions. Look for that. I think you might be able to sign up right now for that. If you can, Michael, drop the link in the chat for people to check that out. And Dillard is continuously getting on everybody. Hey, Mike, don't forget to vote for my fan art. Just Michael Dillard's asking for your vote. The rest of these guys said, hey, they didn't like you. All right, yeah, whatever. Tank is in the chat now. Tank Ferret, happy to have you. Jiminy Cricket with a great hashtag, sweet trading card, very good. And Michael says, just got back from Bubba Fest, met Tug, Yellow Flash Winger, and a yet undiscovered CG artist. Very cool.
Oh, nice.
I saw some of Michael's pictures. He went dressed as SJW Skeletor, which was incredible.
That's great.
So thanks for joining, guys. Once again, we're just going through our fan art challenge, our top 12. And once we get done with this, I'm going to be setting up a poll on Twitter. It's going to be up for 2 days, I think is what we discussed, right, Mutt?
Yes.
2 days.
48 hours.
48 hours. And you're going to have a chance to vote. We'd love it if everybody would like it. Please share it after you voted. Get your friends to vote for it. John, share it to everyone you know. Send it to all your contacts. Yeah. Get that. And so whoever wins is going to win some stuff from us. There'll be stickers in it, John. I know you're excited about stickers. So we're going to make that happen for everybody. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to us. And we appreciate Caesar, Mr. El Guapo himself, coming on and chatting with us about all these. He's our impartial guest. And he's able to give us thoughts without having any bias towards the character. So thanks for being on here with us. Next, this guy that we're gonna look at next may or may not be what people are into. You may not like this a whole lot, but just suffer through it a little bit. And I'm talking about Mr. John Dillard's art. Let's pull that up. I'm just kidding, John. I love you. We're gonna look at this one, and this actually, he might have done this before we even announced it, but
he did this out of love. Okay,
he did it out of love. We love it. And this piece.
John Dillard has love in his heart.
What's that?
John Dillard has love in his heart.
He has a little bit, just a very. It's like the Grinch. It's just enough, though.
Find out new things every day about people.
And he gave that little bit of love to us, and we really appreciate it because this is a killer piece.
He has love for mostly for undead killing machines.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So I'm putting a couple links to John's the places you can connect with him in the chat. If you don't know who he is, you have seen him screaming at us through his computer. So who wants to start on this one? Caesar, you want to start on this?
Yeah, I tell you, I think what I like about this piece, it's got a really strong Richard Corbin vibe to it.
Oh, so, yeah.
Listen, I'm pulling out old school names, but these guys are the guys that made the guys that are doing and gals that are doing work now. Okay, so I'm looking at this real strong Richard Corbin vibe. Yeah. I see it in the face. I see it in the way that his hands are drawn. The way that he's shaded this with the inking and that sort of stuff. Real nice use of negative space there on the right side of the head, leading into the white space that comes around with those buildings going up into the gun. Good work on that helicopter up there. It looks like he definitely looked at some reference to that. Nice effect of the thing blowing up and blowing stream in the background. But just some really nice things here. I just want to bring a note on composition. Look at the H where the helicopter is, which that's kind of random, right? H for helicopter right there. But if you follow that curve, follow along HIRO, and then you go to the gun, and then you follow the arm down, and then back to the bottom where it says Blood of Patriots, and it creates an S shape. That's some pretty good composition. Yeah. Now, if he didn't do that on purpose and he did it instinctually, guys, I'm telling you right now, he is way ahead of anyone that is not doing that on purpose. Okay, because that's good compositional layout. All right, go ahead, Mutt.
All right, all the things you said, plus he really did a great job with his blacks.
Yeah,
I mean, he not only did he get the composition done extremely well and interesting, this is a great cover, but also he's opposing the composition with the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
So HIRO comes off, HIRO is heavily shaded, very dramatic, very dynamic, but still pops off the page and doesn't sink back into the blackness.
Mm-hmm.
So real strong lights and darks, which I love. I agree about the helicopter reference. That's great. I really liked small details like, well, first of all, the gun looks like a gun, which is hard to do. It's fitted in the hand correctly, which is hard to do. And I love the little bullet shell that's popping out, that it adds an element that makes it just gives that much more action,
Yeah.
It's a posed position, which is great. But when you add a little element like this, it definitely takes it into a new element of action, and you feel it. So kudos, man. Good job.
Yeah. So it's absolutely cover quality. Like this is a dynamic piece that like when you see that book sitting on the shelf, that's one that I want to pick up because it's full of action. And it looks so freaking cool. So I love everything about this. And I'm once again, if anybody doesn't know, I am a terrible artist, absolutely garbage. But I know good art when I see it, and this is really good art, and I love it. I've been a fan of Dillard's art for a long time, ever since I like stumbled upon him on a stream or whatever. I've been a big fan of what he does. I love like his, how he draws muscles and stuff like that on like the human form. It's just really good stuff. Once again, his gun is fantastic, and I love the helicopter going down. And I like to think that HIRO shot the pilot with that handgun from 300 meters, 400 meters away, or whatever, however far away he is, and that helicopter's going down.
Yeah.
So incredible cover quality piece here. I love it. And I did want to say, Abe Sapien said the golden ratio, and I just learned about the golden ratio the other night for composition. That's pretty cool. And what else? I was checking up on the chat. Bruce said he has to bail. Good luck on all you artists. Great stream, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, Bruce. A lot of love to you, man. Have a great night. All right. Macho loves Dillard's muscles. Bleeding cool expose. Thanks, Sean.
I love them too. I'm not gonna lie; those are great muscles.
I know what I was trying to say. So Dillard says that he had to actually borrow his neighbor's 45 to draw this.
See, so that's what I'm talking about, man.
Use reference.
He went the extra mile. He said he could have been shot.
Could have gone off in his hand. That's true.
Oh, did his neighbor not know he was borrowing it?
Yeah, right.
Now we get the truth.
So incredible art. I love that one. So I put Dillard's contact stuff in the chat. You guys can check that out. Follow him if you have not. Let's move on. We have 3 more contestants left. We're going to go over a few things afterwards, and I still got to give you guys our exciting piece of news. So we're going to finish these 3, and I'm going to do that. Next up on the block is Peter. How do you say his last name again?
I think it's Kothe.
Peter Kothe. And I'm going to put his info in the chat as well, like everyone's. And once again, phenomenal artist. We got Dave in the chat. 45 alongside with a laser sight. All right. He gave us the official for Dillard's gun. My dad has 2 1911s, recognizes the pistol model immediately. All right, cool. So yeah, Peter did this piece. He went a little bit above and beyond color to his as well. And if you guys aren't familiar with his work, follow him on Twitter and Instagram. He has a really fantastic Instagram. A lot of good stuff on there. You guys go ahead and weigh in with your thoughts, artists.
I'll jump in first if that's okay. This is another dynamic composition. The HIRO is centered, but there's a lot of things going on around him. It screams cover or poster. This was before a yet unthought of situation for HIRO. So this shows great imagination, great storytelling ability from one image. And it really makes you want to know what's happening before and after the image. So for me, this was definitely one of my favorites, and not simply because it was colored, but the color is great. He did a great job. The color adds to it, but more for the storytelling capability that this image has.
Yeah, I would agree with that. One of the things that when you look at this piece right away is that he did change up a little bit the way that the unit looks. I particularly like the spinal style of linkage that he used, which is different. Most people, myself included, just do the round kind of like cylinder type thing, where this actually has some nice shape and texture, was really thought out. Some great job on that.
Looks like vertebrae.
Yeah.
That
looks like vertebrae.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very kind of like a Geiger kind of feel.
Yes.
That. The coloring on this I like a lot. It adds a lot to this. It's part of the storytelling on it. The separation of the warm colors to the upper right as opposed to the cooler colors on the lower left is really really sharp and adds to that storytelling aspect that you were talking about, Mutt. Overall, this is actually a very great piece. and looks like it's something that's pulled right out of the pages of, the adventures of HIRO. Just I can't say enough about it. But just a great piece, very well done.
Yep. And Abe Sapien says Doc Ock arms for the piece coming out of the back of his head, the input line there, and that's a great one. And let's see. So Dillard wants to know why you didn't put his colored version up, Mutt.
I'm looking for that now. Probably because his black and white version was so good.
Honestly,
I mean,
black and white is just the way to go, man. That was a really strong.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I think the black and white version shows the strength of that image. But just for reference, I'll go and find that color version real quick.
Cool. And Elrod says, who wins in a fight, HIRO or Dolph Lundgren from the showdown in Little Tokyo?
That's going to be
HIRO all day long,
baby,
all day long. And then Bjorn says Brandon Lee wins. So my thoughts on this one, absolutely beautiful. I love his art style. I've like I said, been following him for a while on Instagram, and he has a very specific style, and it works for HIRO. Like some characters, I don't know if it would work as well for, but it really, really works for this. And Jiminy said it before too. It's action packed, and I like the story that it's telling. And Mutt touched on it, and Caesar touched on it. And it is like, you look at this, and you like, if this was the first scene in the book, and it moved on from there, it's already told you plenty to get you involved in this, and it's pretty awesome. The lighting on his helmet, like the engine behind him's in flames. You see the lighting on his helmet, his body, and it moves. Like he has so many colors in there that you don't really realize until you look at it. Like the whole image is beautiful, but when you zoom in, you can see all these colors. It's really cool. So yeah, absolutely incredible piece of artwork. I love it. Looks like CB's in here. Cb Smallwood. CB, I don't know if you heard us. We went over your image earlier, and he says he has a colored version too. We got to get that too.
But those pencils are tight, man.
I know the pencils are real good. Pencils are real good. That tentacle is really good, is what Dillard says about that one. All right, cool. We're gonna keep on keeping on. We got a couple more to go.
All right.
A couple announcements to make.
Guys.
Yes.
I'm being asked to go somewhere else right now. I'm going to pop out, and
that's
I'll
okay.
pop in hopefully in time to see the end of the show.
That's fine.
All right.
Thank you, Caesar. We'll talk to you here shortly.
It's been a blast. Some really nice pieces. I've seen all of them, and they're all really just great. It's also always fun to see good fan art, and this is really cool stuff.
Yep.
We appreciate
awesome. Yep. All right, so we're going to continue on forging ahead without El Guapo, but that's okay. We have two more. Next, we want to look at Simon Pothier. Is that how you say his last name?
Yep.
And this is his piece he did for us. And go support HIRO. We always like that, seeing that in an image. And this is really cool. Simon does a lot for a ton of different campaigns. Like anytime a campaign is launched, he will do a piece for him. He like automatically jumps on it. He'll bang these things out really fast too. This one's really cool. It's more of a classic, it almost feels like throwback a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Has a little bit of a throwback feeling to it, but the line works a little bit like swoopier and smoother, I guess you'd say. Mm-hmm. And the gun is crazy looking, like a big giant gun. So yeah, I really dig this one. I'm gonna put his info in here. And Simon also has a Indiegogo that is currently funded and is still accepting in-demand contributions called Blood Hunt. And it's vampires and like crazy killing and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. If you guys are into that, I've dropped the link for that as well. So check that out. Yeah, what do you think, Mutt?
Well, I dig it. I mean, I like his work. I like the line work. I think it's good. I really like the facial expression. I know it's kind of same in some ways, but I just like, the way that he did the facial expression. He looks strong, somewhat heroic, not quite so zombie-ish as some of the other versions, which I like because he's not a zombie. He's an undead.
Yep.
So, I like that he attempted the gun from the cover. I like that he got the backpack pretty close, and I like the knife in the front. So, and I like the composition pretty good. I think it's a good piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Tank Ferret says it's fun 90s style, and I have to agree with that. And I think that's what drew us to this piece and wanted it in this, is because it is like a fun 90s style. And Dillard says that it's super hard to show a bend in an all black helmet. He pulled it off really well. Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And Sean says hashtag bring back El Guapo's chair, or at least El Guapo. Well, maybe he'll jump back in here shortly. But yeah, so this piece is fantastic. Sim is a great guy. He's been super supportive of us, and we can't thank him enough for that. So excellent piece. If you like it, vote for it. So let's see if it's chosen, I guess. Last one, but not least. Everybody understand this is we just went through the list. There's no particular order. This is one more though submission that we had to put in. I put my foot down. I wanted this from the very beginning, from the moment I saw it. Pump to introduce Tank Ferret's piece. Let's see it, Mutt.
There it is.
It's pencils right now. I would love to see this thing inked. The thing I like about it, I kind of like, so he did a different thing with the helmet, and it's kind of bigger, like chunkier. Yeah. And I think it for some reason, it makes me think almost like Juggernaut. It has like a Juggernaut look, because he has the super soldier look. He's like bulked up. He's got those big shoulders and arms, and I love the look of his hands. Like he's like holding them, like he just mangled that big armor piece on the ground. Yeah. Like he just tore it apart with his bare hands, and he's looking for more. The arms on the HIRO unit are really cool. They're different. It's just such a cool piece. So I would love to see this thing inked up, because it has a lot of good qualities on it. I love it. I'm gonna put Tank's info in the chat. Everybody probably already follows him, but in case you don't, it's there. What do you think, Mutt?
I really dig it. It's very cool. Tank has a really good control of shading and light, and I love how he's put the lighting emphasis up top, so that the dome really is glowy, which is cool, right? Good heavy shading underneath. I like the fallen combatant. I like the look of this.
Yes.
It just has kind of a cool, I would want to see the story.
I think it's a Warhammer figure. You might Tank, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's some sort of Warhammer like piece of armor. Shoot, there was something I was going to say about this thing too. I cannot remember what it is. Keep going. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, it's another one that has a good story to it. Like it's
absolutely.
It's a panel from a part of a story, and you want to know what happens before and after.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see the how this took place. I want to see why this is a result, and I want to see what happens next. So
yeah,
kudos 100%. on a very good piece.
Yep, absolutely. Beautiful piece, Tank. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. So there they are. They're all 12 that we've talked about, and they're all incredible. So we do have, though, we have kind of talked about this ahead of time, and Mutt, I'm gonna let you take over right now and tell us kind of how it's going to move on from here.
Okay, so basically between me and Macho and Caesar, we voted for our top 4. Excuse me. And we came to a decision on the top 4. So we want everybody to know that we love you all, And, you know, if you didn't get chosen in the top 4, it's not because any of these are bad or not as good. It's just that we personally like them better. They fit our flavor better. We liked them for our character. They gave us a good feeling, you know, for what that's worth. But these 4 people are in the running for the grand prize. And why don't you repeat again what that grand prize is, Macho?
All right. So the grand prize is we are going to send whoever wins signed issue of HIRO Blood of Patriots, and we're going to send you some swag. So that it could be a number of different things that we have, but we're going to make it pretty sweet. We're going to put a swag pack in there, stickers, patches, poster, things like that. And we're going to send it to you on us. So once we decide this, you let us know where to send it, and we're going to get that to you in the fulfillment phase, like with the rest of the book. So we think it's a pretty solid thing. And the other thing that we're going to do, and this is kind of our big announcement that I've been playing up the whole time. So we have decided that all 4 of the people that we're getting ready to announce, we're going to take those images and we're going to do some small prints. They're probably going to be like 5x7 size prints of these 4 images. We're going to take those, and every physical backer, we're just going to grab one randomly and we're going to throw it in with it. So you're going to get one of 4 of these prints with the book, because we love them so much. And they're pretty awesome. Pretty awesome fan art. So we are asking permission from everybody to use these, and we've gotten the blessing from everybody. So we're pretty excited to give these out.
And anytime that your art is used in any way, we will be sure to reference your contact information, so anybody who likes it can hit you up for a cool commission or whatever you'd like to do.
Yes, absolutely. So without further ado, let's go ahead and announce the 4, because Dillard's getting
anxious.
Dillard's getting anxious. He's getting a little bit fired up. So we're gonna announce the 4 that are gonna be in the running for the grand prize. And right now, this is what we got. Number 1, in no particular order. Once again, number 1.
Wait. Did you tell them about how we're going to get it voted for? I don't know if we've said that yet.
Yeah. So we are going to we're going to put up a poll on Twitter. Yeah, I've said it, but we're going to put a poll up on Twitter. All 4 are going to have a spot, and you're going to you can vote for that. I'm going to put it out on my page. Mutt's going to share it. We're going to have everybody that can possibly share it around, so you can get as many votes as possible. And if you are one of these artists, please. You can pander to your friends and your family. Yeah. You can bribe them, whatever you want to do. Whoever gets the most votes wins. It's as simple as that. All right. So so do it. Ink Spots, buddy, you're in the chat. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's how it's going to run. And is that answer your questions?
That does, I think.
Perfect. All right. So here we go. Top 4 right now that are gonna.
When you say them, I'll highlight them.
All right. So number 1, we are looking for Mr. Bjorn Kuma and his hulked out HIRO.
Look at that.
Right there. That's it. Number 1 that we're looking for. All right. Number 2, that's going to be in the top 4. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mr. John freaking Dillard.
Snap. Look
top
at that.
4.
Look at that.
Look at that, bad mamma jamma.
You made it.
Dillard, you're in, buddy. You're in. This was unanimous, by the way, John.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Clearly.
All right. Clearly. Number 3, we are looking for Mr. Jason Robinson. All right.
Look at that.
There it is.
I love it. So cool.
Very, very cool. And last, but not least, we're looking for Peter Kothe.
Kothe, yeah.
Kothe.
Yeah. This one's hard.
Kothe.
This one's hard to deny.
Yeah. So yeah. So once again, Bjorn, Dillard, Jason, and Peter, you are all top 4. I'm going to put this link out in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll tag everybody in this. And once again, everybody who gave us fan art, you guys are incredible. We We really appreciate all of you, and like Mutt said, just because you didn't get in the top 4 doesn't mean we don't appreciate it. We absolutely love and appreciate every single one of these things. You may see your art, if I've asked you and you've given me permission, you may see your art in promotional stuff in the future. You may see it in print format and different things. So just understand that this is just a fun contest we wanted to do, and we're really pumped about it. We're really what's the word? Humbled by all the art and the cool stuff that people have sent our way. Very cool.
I want to say something about that, if you don't mind, Macho.
Yeah, go for it.
I really like this in all seriousness. Okay, look, it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and these guys are having a great time in the chat, and I love it. But man, for real, when your character is drawn by so many amazing artists, by the way, that are so much better than me, that it is so humbling to see that, and so much fun to see the different versions, the unique qualities of their hero coming into the inbox. There's nothing more exciting than that. There's nothing that makes you feel better than that. So I just want to say just a very humble and a very for real thank you. You guys are awesome.
No, I thought you were gonna finish what Sean had posted in the chat. You should have done that. It would have been so good.
I was trying to be serious, man. Sean's always goofing around. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to be real.
I think I need to rest the stream more, man. John. I don't think my face hurts from looking at all of his comments because I keep smiling.
It's been a great stream. I really appreciate it.
It's been a fantastic stream. So everybody, once again, I'm gonna put this tweet out shortly. I'm gonna tag probably a lot or most of you that I can remember in this stream on that, or in a photo or something. If you see that, please, if you'll share it and vote, that would be a big deal for me. But I want to say some thank yous to everybody in the chat. Sean, R2D2 for life, our boy. We appreciate you. Thanks for wrenching for us. Septinov, he was our evil villain of the book, was sort of quiet tonight, but he was a little quiet, but that's okay. We really appreciate you, Septinov, our buddy. 7 of 9. I have to thank Tank for coming in, for that beautiful image. Ink Spots for joining. I know you had some stuff going on tonight, and I really appreciate you coming by and showing some support. Yeah, fantastic. We talked about your art, and it was fantastic. Who else we got? Abe Sapien, my buddy. Thanks for joining. Jiminy Cricket for coming in. We really appreciate that, Jiminy. Bjorn, as always, my friend. Excellent work. Who else do we got? Elrod is in here. Hellrod, Trusty, and real quick, Elrodimus Flash said that, hey guys, we're in the same state, so if I win, I'll come up and treat you to some awesome barbecue.
Yeah.
Well, even though you're not in the top 4, I think that Trusty and Elrodimus Flash, we should get together. Trusty, what do you say? Let's get together. Let's have a barbecue, and hang out and talk some stuff. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And let's see, who else do we got? Cb Smallwood, Dave. I cannot say your last name. I keep messing it up every. What'd you say? Asanowitz. Yeah, Michael Beacon, thanks for joining. Todd Mulrooney, and I'm probably missing Bruce Patenaude. I'm probably missing some more people. There's so many people that have joined. Abe Sapien. I said Abe Sapien. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Mutt, what do you guys say about our project? Well, the thing that we're talking about right now, HIRO. What do you got to say?
For real, man. I mean, we have a project that's still live. We're thinking about our close down date for the in demand. We haven't got an official date on that yet, but it's going to be not too distant future. So we want to definitely get as many sort of like final backers in as we can. In a time where people are a little bit touchy and mad, and a little bit dramatic, and a little bit, sensitive about people's words and things. I think that HIRO comes along and makes a lot of people have fun with comics again. So if you guys believe that and you believe in what we're doing, please share it out. I know a lot of you have. You're our biggest, supporters, and I really appreciate that. But we're going to close it out soon, and this is our inaugural comic book. And I just couldn't be more happy with the people that we've kind of latched onto and found, and the friendships that we've made, and the artwork that we've just shown. It really speaks kudos to the fact that if you just come in and you're cool with people and you appreciate people and you just try to have some fun with comics, then you can build a super awesome community of great people. And that's what we've done. So get out there and, help us spread the word in the last few weeks that we have left. And we're definitely going to keep pushing. What are they saying?
Hellrod said, I didn't win, so now we're going Dutch. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'll be glad to pay for my own barbecue if we get to hang out. I just saw he sent me another image, one of the images he did for that night, and I said, I'm serious, man. I would love to have you come up here. Let's see. Where am I reading down? And then Dave says, and then a hero comes along. R2D2 hashtag bro hug. Dillard is putting some sort of emoji in the chat.
Makes no sense to me.
I'm just laughing, man. It was really good. So thank you everybody so much for the support. Watch for that. Watch for that link here shortly. I'm going to tag a bunch of people in there. I'm going to get you guys get some votes in here. We'll see who the winner is, and we'll probably do another stream here shortly in the week and talk about that. Sound good?
Sounds good, brother.
All right, CB, here's an awesome character. You guys are too, not to kiss butt or anything. Just saying. That's okay. We love butt kissers around here, CB. We love that kind of stuff.
Bring it on. Macho needs it too.
I need it. I have a low self-esteem. No, seriously, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We're gonna close this out right now. Watch for that link soon, and please hit those votes, like it, and share it around. You guys have a fantastic night. Thanks for joining us.
Peace.
Peace.